Hello Capricorn, hello and welcome into your general tarot card reading for the second half of February. Because February is such a short month, I combined 2 weeks together. So this reading is covering 16th to the 28th. And Capricorn, what interesting cards you have here, and what an interesting message. So you have Four of Swords over here, you have a Four of Pentacles, you have the Tower, and the fourth card over here is a rune. It serves as additional commentary. It's called Odala. It's representing everything that is our worldly possession. It's representing our families. It's indicating finance, money, inheritance, property, and overall message over here. You know what it is, Capricorn. It's about damage limitation. It's about vigilance. It's about not overstretching yourself. It's all about knowing what is feasible and understanding what is within the realm of what is realistic, basically. What is realistic over here. And there's another interesting aspect, because you have a Four of Swords and you have a Four of Pentacles over here. They are talking about security. They're talking about safety. And what I would say, the Four is representing, I'm going to do the deeper dive and then I'm going to explain what I'm trying to say. I hope that is going to make sense then. So with the Fours that are representing the stabilities, and you have two of them. You have it in the aspect of Swords, and Swords that are speaking about the way how we think, about our thought patterns. It's how we communicate, how we plan, it's how we intellectualize things. It's almost Four is representing the structure. Four is representing a building block. It's representing law and order. It's representing something that is very much grounded within the realm of things that are feasible, things that we are built upon, and because of that, it's quite often referred as a card, or it's representing as Four. It's in terms of what we do in life. It's representing this kind of building. So it's representing this creation. It's representing this building of solid foundations. Quite often in my mind I see a builder, because we are building, we're investing energy into something. And with the Four of Swords over here, it's all about representing period of taking the rest. And you have both of those figures in those two cards that represent, that are resting, and they are taking things easy, they are planning ahead, and both they're talking about planning ahead, because there's some kind of stability might have been achieved. Capricorn over here, things might be going well. You know, for some of you, the Four of Swords going to be representing recuperating from long-term illness, or recuperating from taking time off. It's some of you, it's going to talking about rest, recovery, meditation. For others, bereavement and mourning. Might be representing some kind of retreat. It might be representing being overburdened with the stress. So it's all about finding the inner balance and equilibrium over here in the aspects of Swords over here. This is also the Four of Swords is representing this concept of the light at the end of the tunnel. This is foretelling about changes to come, and is telling about using those changes as a foundation stone for the future plans. There might be, and I think that there's a tower, and this chap in the Four of Pentacles, he has this kind of dark cloak over him. And what I'm hearing, what I'm getting, there's something about the shadow. There's something about the shadow that is over your life. It's kind of moving away, but it's slowly. And although you might be waiting, this, and you might be kind of frustrated. This is going to come to the change. Things are going to come to the fruition. But Tower is telling you that those things are going to come to fruition. However, in order to do it, you have to make more profound changes. If you're not going to make those changes yourself, the life, the circumstances, they're going to be forcing you to do it. So that's why I heard, and why I saw, for some of you it's going to be damage limitation, but for some of you it's the reminder for that sometimes is if you want to make those changes, if you want to make those decisions, that requires certain actions on your behalf. For some of you, the Tower are going to be representing this misfortune. It's going to be representing this moment of for some of you, it's going to be wake up kind of moment. It's not necessarily going to be negative. Wake up, focus on what you have. Because with the Odala is telling you very much focus on what you have. So appreciate what you have. And it's almost like the Tower going to come to tell you to see, because Tower is also about enlightenment. It's about seeing things in new light. And it's almost because 4, it's representing the stability, it's representing the solid aspect of our life, but also sometimes staleness. And when things going to become too stale, they need aspect of movement, and this Tower going to kind of remind you, going to give you it's going to give you a little push, like wake up kind of thing. It's going to be all about waking up, and knowing that, because you might be thinking about this change, but you might be postponing this change. There might be this, I can do it whenever, and this Tower is telling you, well, Capricorn, that's what you think. But this is not necessarily the way forward. So because with the Four of Pentacles here, we have an aspect of, in astrology, we have aspect of Scorpio and Aquarius, and in terms of planets, we have the aspect of Uranus and Saturn. Uranus is representing this unpredictable, things being unpredictable, and Uranus is kind of very restricting. So it's almost you have two opposing forces at work here. Two opposing forces are acting here, and that's why this might resulting in that tower moment when you're going to be pushed or shoved in order to make changes. And Four of Pentacles, anyhow, it's talking about effort that we have to bring in to create the order and harmony. And it's talking about also Four of Wands. Sometimes it's talking about Four of Pentacles. It's talking about bringing the harmony to the chaos quite often. And because of that, this is all about, I'm hearing judgment. There's something about being able to foresee certain things, being able to take the responsibility, and And that might be, and for some of you, you might be not listening to the advice. I also heard that listen to the advice to being given someone in the know as well. And the Four of Pentacles is almost like telling you, Capricorn, make changes. Make changes, see things from different perspective, step back from the situation, because you might be unable to see the bigger picture over here, the broader view over here. You might be not allowing for consideration, and you might be wanting to. I'm hearing about patch up things. You cannot patch up things. It's about long term. It's about doing things for the sake of doing them, or this will do. And basically, Four of Pentacles, it's telling you, Capricorn, it won't do. The hasty or ill-conceived actions, they're going to kind of result in this wake up kind of moment over here. So take things easy, take things under consideration. Don't be too hasty over here, because with the Tower is very interesting, because it has a different kind of layers to it, and not always means the same thing. Tower in its essence is representing number 7, because it's 1 + 6, so 7 is overcoming difficulties, but it's in a different aspect. It's overcoming difficulties based on your wisdom, but wisdom gained upon challenging or difficult situation. It's representing wisdom that is based on learning curve. It's about the life lesson. It's about karma being paid, sometimes knowingly or unknowingly. And because of that, it's also, but with that aspect, Tower is also talking about disruption, and it's talking about sometimes divine intervention. It's talking about stroke of fate. For some of you, you know, quite often it will be talking about the reversal of fortune, but quite often it's in its essence, it's talking about destruction of the old structures and ways. And that's what the Four of Pentacles is telling you. Change your ways. That decision has to be made. Do not delay them, because you might receive that hard push. And if you're not going to do it, you're going to have that sudden change. But also, this is going to be a liberation that is going to be forced upon you. So that is the overall message over here for you, Capricorn. And moreover, with this rune, Odala is talking about the protection. Odala is talking about this this focusing on what you have, but equally, because everything, you know, life is, you know, it's multi-layered. Odala is talking also about separation, and it's talking about that sometimes we have to, the old skin has to be shed, the outdated relationships need to be given up. It might be indicating separation. So once again, this is all about letting go before you're going to be forced to let go of things. And because of that, you still have that choice, whichever way that's going to go. I feel very strongly, Capricorn, you have a choice. You can, if you have that kind of feeling that things are about to turn, take the control. You know, grab the bull by its horns, because otherwise this bull going to come and, you know, I don't want to be quite graphic, but, you know, you might be trampled by it. So don't allow it to happen. Basically, there's the overall message over here. And And another message of this rune is it's all about the money, inheritance, and being focused on your family and focus on your own. So it's almost you have to determine where you're going to where the focus is going to be, and it's all about not being too rigid over here. And you might be rigid because the Four of Pentacles is indication here that you might have a certain attitude that you are not ready, you want to wait. But when you're waiting and when you want to postpone things, the universe begins to act regardless if you want it or not. And that is the overall message for you for the rest of Feb, Capricorn. Stay tuned and bye for now. If this reading has resonated with you, please like, comment and subscribe to my channel. If you would like to book a private reading with me, please feel free to go to my website www.tarotwithmishka.co.uk, or alternatively you can email me at mishka@tarotwithmishka.co.uk. If you'd like to find me on Facebook, just simply type in Tarot with Mishka. I would like to say a massive thank you for tuning in and bye for now.